duties.
Okay, so are you ready?
Sure.
All right. The time is 7:18 p.m. Call to order the meeting of the Rent Control Board for January 22nd, 2019. Please be advised that the notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act have been complied with and satisfied in the annual notice, which gave sufficient notice of time, place, and conduct of all public meetings of the Rent Control Board of the City of New Brunswick has been filed with the City Clerk and placed on appropriate bulletin board in the lobby of City Hall, 78 Bayard Street, New Brunswick, New Jersey, and has been transmitted to the official newspaper of the City of New Brunswick, namely the Home News Tribune and the Star Ledger. Roll call. Tiffany Gathright.
Here.
Randy Kaplan.
Here.
Wendy Stelatella.
Here.
Barbara Blackwell.
Here.
Daria Martin.
Daria.
Martin.
Thank you.
Welcome, Daria.
Thank you.
You stand for the salute, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alright, so as you are aware, that this is our January reorganization meeting. And due to that, there will be the appointments and reorganization of the board members. All board members present have been appointed by City Council and are documented with the City Clerk. So we have announcement of the reappointments. Wendy Stelatella, regular representative, currently in her 3-year term to end on December 31st, 2019. Brendan Kaplan, our tenant resident representation, term to end December 31st, 2019. Barbara Blackwell, our homeowner representation, alternate number 1, term to end December 31st, 2019. Tiffany Gathright, our student representation, regular member. Still student representation or just regular member? You're still currently a student?
Not currently.
Not currently. So regular member representation term to end December 31st, 2018. Carmen Lopez, regular member, landlord representation, December 31st, 2018. At this time, we would like to have the announcement of our new appointment and the swearing in of our new board member. Daria Martin. So if you could all correct that. And she will be student representation alternate. And her term will expire December 31st, 2019. James?
Sure, we will administer Ms. Martin's oath. Want to come over, Ms. Martin? I'll come to you, make it easier.
Okay.
Have the camera there.
Oh boy.
Okay? Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Daria Martin,
I, Daria Martin,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear
and that I will bear
true faith
true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do
I do
further solemnly swear
further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform
perform
all the duties of the office of
all the duties of the office of
member of the Rent Control Board
member of the Rent Control
of the City of New Brunswick
of the City of New Brunswick
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, Daria, you are officially a member of the Rent Control Board of the City of New Brunswick. The members seated before you are here to help you answer questions. Of course, I am always available.
I appreciate
You
it.
have received your guidelines and your ordinance.
Now, will I be the alternate student representative if Tiffany's not?
Right, so we'll adjust that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was just curious. Thank you so much again.
Okay, so next on the agenda will be the nominations for chair and vice chairperson. Currently, Wendy Stelatella is our chairperson, Brenda Kaplan is our vice chairperson. We need the board to nominate
I
for
nominate
these positions.
Wendy for a chairperson.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do we have a nomination for the vice chairperson? Is there anybody interested in being the vice chairperson? Does anybody want to speak about that? Does anybody have any questions about the duties for the vice chairperson? I can address those questions. All right. Does anybody have? No? So would somebody like to nominate a vice chair?
You nominate Brenda?
Somebody second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Welcome, Wendy and Brendan, to your new appointments at the Rent Control Board. And at this time, I will now turn the meeting over to our chairperson.
The next item of agenda is the approval of the minutes from the November 27th, 2018 board meeting. If everybody has had a chance to review them, any questions, comments? No, so,
Motion to adopt the minutes?
I'm sorry?
Motion to adopt the minutes?
Wendy cannot make that motion.
She
So
cannot,
can
somebody
somebody
else
else
has to
please do it?
I motion to adopt the minutes.
Thank you.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Next is a review of the rent control activities through December 31st, 2018.
Sorry, Bruce. Oops. Pass that down, Brendan. Oh, they just keep typing smaller and smaller in my office. Okay. So this is an end of the year review for the rent control office for 2018. There's not a lot of activity for the month of January, so we did an end of the year review. And the rent leveling registration at the end of the year totaled $313,925. The late fees collected were $5,330. The certifications of rent fees were 20, and the occupancy exemption collection totals were $625,000. Okay.
Next on the agenda is any open public comments.
I don't see the public. Any comment?
Any communications and reports?
There is communications. Do we want to do that now? Do we want to wait for, we want to go to closed?
If it involves the litigation, I can go into litigation.
We can do it at the end, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, so we'll just table that for now and continue on.
Okay.
And I think old business will be continued to closed session too, right?
Yep. All different regarding the litigation, Jamal versus the city of Brunswick.
Okay.
Okay.
So then, next is old business at 16 Hartwell Street.
Going to be tabled to
That's
closed
gonna be-
session.
Yeah, Madam Chair, just so you know, that's going to be part of the resolution the board is going to adopt before we go into closed session.
Okay.
Under the Open Public Meetings Act, we do have the ability to go into closed session to discuss litigation. At that time, we would address the ongoing litigation involving Jamal JRM Realty versus the City of Brunswick and the Rent Control Board. So I'd ask that any comments regarding that, we'll hold that till closed session.
So the next is new business, meeting procedures and rent control overview.
Sure. And before we get to that, I would just like to review the calendar. So there's a conflict already that's been brought to my attention. So if we can all take a look at the calendar, see if there's any other further conflicts before we change any other dates.
I see a regular calendar because I have them all on my phone. Do you have it?
Happy.
I just
Yeah, as I
don't.
say, bring them.
That's what I'll pull it up on.
That's okay. there was a,
Okay.
yeah, just as a glance.
Thank you.
All right. So currently, the month we need to change, April?
February 1, what was the one? I had a conflict on it.
As do I, apparently, upon examining my calendar.
Okay, so February currently is in conflict for the board attorney and the vice chair. So if, we should consider possibly changing that, if we should have a complaint come before, we would need to have the board attorney present. Regular business can sometimes go ahead.
But, Maria, I'm sorry. We're off by a day.
On all of them? Or just February?
Oh, I'm sorry, look, this is 2018.
Oh, how did you get to? Oh,
I'm looking at it, and it doesn't make any sense.
I apologize.
No, that's okay, that was my fault.
Is that 2018? That's what I hear.
Okay.
You have 2019?
sorry.
I have 29.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, when would you want to change it to?
I'm around the rest of the week. The Monday,
So-
Wednesday, even Thursday, whatever is convenient for the board.
I'm sorry, what?
So we're
looking at
discussing
February
maybe
26th?
moving it to a different day during that week.
You let us know whatever is good for, I'll adjust my schedule accordingly.
I can't do the week before on a Tuesday.
Okay, so if we keep it in the same week, maybe move it to, what day did we used to meet on Wednesdays, right? We've met on Wednesdays.
Thursday. I have to do teaching.
You can't do Thursday.
I can't do Thursday.
So nobody has opposed either of the immediate preceding or following days, so.
Right, so,
Monday or the Wednesday, yeah.
I
I can
can't
do-
do the Monday or the Thursday.
okay,
I can do the 27th,
okay.
Wednesday.
that Wednesday.
All right, so barring any issues
And that's not city council?
with the rest of the city, yeah, I'll have to see if the council chambers is open.
City council's the 20th.
Yeah.
This week before.
So tentatively, we're gonna go for the 27th. If it's open, I will email you all. Brendan, you need to check your email.
Yes, apparently.
Okay. So if it's not correct on here, please correct it. Okay, all of the other dates appear to be, at this time, sufficient. Perfect, thank you.
The only other date I can think of that people may have conflict with is probably the April date. I don't know what kids are doing with schools and people are away.
When's Easter?
Easter's the 20, that's what I was saying, Easter's the 21st of April, it's late this year.
Yep. I will be gone
Okay.
on holiday, but
Can
vice
do it.
chair can take over.
Brendan's here, yep. James, will you be gone?
I may be away as well because my kids are off from school, all 4 kids are off at the same time.
Okay, so should we look at moving that as well? Does that make it more convenient for everybody?
If you want to do the week before, the 16th, or the week after,
Okay,
which would be, I guess, the week before would be Tuesday, the 16th. The week after would be the 30th.
I can't do the 30th.
okay, so we're looking at the 16th.
I might also be on holiday that week as well, but again,
Okay, so
We can
we'll look at
figure
the
that out.
16th.
Yeah, or anytime.
Will you be on break?
they're not in break till March.
They're not on break
They're in March.
in March?
They don't
Yeah,
go
I
earlier.
should be
earlier.
fine.
Okay. Okay, so,
So the 16th?
all right, so our office will get back to everybody with the changes by the end of this week so that we can post them.
Okay.
Okay, great. All right, so that's done. That's done, thank you. Okay, so we just thought we would do a little guideline. I don't want to really say like rules, but a guideline to help us move through meetings.
Even for the new members, so
And for,
she's,
right, sometimes we have more than one new
so
member.
Dad is educated in what we're doing
Um,
and how the meetings run.
Just a little bit how the meeting should typically run, what we should be reviewing. so I just wrote up, it's not like you're, strictly this is, but of course, everything is based in the ordinance. We know that already. But just so that we can flow a little bit more efficiently and come to decisions quickly, just a little guideline about how the meeting should be called to order, requirements for quorum, moving into things like executive sessions, making your motions and voting, and who should be doing that and who shouldn't be doing that and who should be seconding and who should not. So if there's any questions about the procedures, or you want to talk about the procedures, or you have any questions about the way the meeting goes, we can talk about that. Or you have any suggestions about the way the meeting goes.
No, I think this was very helpful, so that way, especially for some of the members, that it outlines how to flow.
Right.
This is very reminder for everyone.
Right, and especially sometimes when we're engaged in something too, and then we're just like, oh wait, we have to do a motion, right? Or to actually approve something or make something. So that we remember that we have to do that.
Perfect.
Okay. We already approved the minutes. I don't know how that got there. I apologize.
So that's a typo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So at this time, is there anything else, questions to discuss?
No questions, anybody?
Okay, so then we
Okay.
adjourning?
No, we're not yes, we're adjourning for a closed session.
Okay.
So if James can
Yeah.
address the board at this time.
We'll do, Madam Chair. I'll just tell you what, because we have not done it in the past since I've been here, but under the Open Public Meetings Act, there's an exception to having a meeting open in public. There's certain things where you can come to a public body and discuss things that the public's not involved. And one of the exceptions here that we're specifically referring to is something ongoing litigation, potential litigation, ongoing litigation. We are involved in litigation right now with Jamal Realty. I'm not going to get into the specifics here in public, but just so you know, in order to get to closed session, we have to adopt a formal resolution allowing the body to go into that for that purpose. And once the purpose, we still have to maintain minutes during closed session, whatever happens, and once the reason for the litigation has expired and the need for the confidentiality no longer exists, we can then release those minutes to the public so they can see what we discussed in the back. That's basically all we're doing for that.
Okay.
I know it may be something different, we've never done it before, so I know certainly if you have any questions or concerns, I'd be glad to help you, assist you if you have any issues regarding it.
How soon after the need vanishes are the minutes released to?
It could be after, it could be at the next meeting.
Basically immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that way we can disclose, what's going on and what we talked about in that. But what I would do is just say, we have, Madam Chair, is just to read, if you feel comfortable reading the whole resolution onto the record, you could do that, or I kind of put a little introductory here for the resolution. Public certainly will have access to the resolution, we make it readily available, and they would have the ability to go through the resolution. But just basically what it is, it's a resolution authorizing the executive closed session in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act to discuss litigation in the matter of NRJ Realty versus the City of Brunswick et al., MID L7444516. At that point, Madam Chair, if you want, you can take a motion to adopt the resolution, and then we can go into closed session, and then after closed session, we'll come back to reconvene the meeting, and then we'll close the meeting. Okay?
Someone needs to make a motion.
I will do it. So I'm going to make a motion to adopt Resolution R-1901, authorizing an executive closed session in accordance with the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 1046, to discuss litigation in the matter of NJR Realty versus City of New Brunswick et al., MID L7445-16, whereas the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, here referred to as the Open Public Meetings Act, generally requires that body public meetings be open to the public, and whereas the Open Public Meetings Act further provides that a body may exclude the public from a portion of the meeting at which the public body discusses items enumerated in the Act, which items are recognized as requiring confidentiality, and whereas it is necessary and appropriate under the Open Public Meetings Act for the rent control Board to exclude the public to discuss litigation in the aforementioned matter in which the New Brunswick Rent Control Board has been named a defendant. Now therefore be it resolved by the New Brunswick Rent Control Board as followed. 1, that the New Brunswick Rent Control Board shall hold an executive session in accordance with the aforementioned law to discuss the aforementioned litigation during its meeting on January 22nd, 2019. And 2, the minutes of the executive session shall be made available for disclosure to the public consistent with the Open Records Act when the aforementioned litigation has been resolved and the need for confidentiality no longer exists. And the motion will also certify that the foregoing is a true copy of this resolution adopted by the Rent Control Board at a meeting held on the 22nd day of January 2019.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Okay, so at this time, we would ask any members to please exit the room. The board is going into closed session. We'll let you know when we're finished.